team. Your team, this is how we operate. This is how we act. This is what you see when you see beautiful people. What's up? It's another beautiful day, looking good, looking great as always. That's you. That's you looking good and great always. Yeah. Now, the reason why I'm so excited today is because of the topic in discussion: marketing. And here I'm not talking about the conventional way of marketing. No. I'm talking about the way you sell your product. You see, there's a very big difference between just going out and making the sale of a certain product and marketing it in a way that people will come back for generations. Yeah? Let's dig into it. Let's start here with Kenya. There's three companies that fascinate me. They fascinate me. The way they do their thing, I don't get it, but they've penetrated well enough that they don't really need to do the marketing because people know them. The right people know them. Hako Industries, the Big Ben. If you've lived in Kenya in all your lifetime, even if you are, say, right now, maybe you're like 10 or 15, you've used a Big Ben. Have you ever seen an advertisement for a Big Ben in this new age? We remember back in the days they used to do a lot of that. But even the design of the pen has never changed, right? Number two, Aramis. We are Africans. Aramis was developed, key to note, for milking cows, just to ease with the udder, and to ease with the udder, pulling it. But we decided, no, this thing has no perfume, no chemicals, it's pure petroleum jelly. We are going to apply it on our bodies, and it has been like that for years and years. That company, I know it's not Kenyan, yes, but we've been using the same product the same way. I know they've produced a few other products themselves, but Vaseline petroleum jelly has been the same way for generations now. Same design, same way. If you go outside Kenya, there's so many other companies that I can talk about, but the only one that maybe I would mention is Coke. Now, the Coca-Cola company in the 80s decided we're going to develop a new Coke. And they actually called it New Coke. People went crazy, like guys went to the streets protesting against it. It has a different taste to it, so we don't want this thing. And that to me, that fascinates me. Like, how do you build a company? Your brand gets so big that you try to change anything small about it, your logo, the taste, just a small thing about it, and people are up in arms because of it. Do you know how massive that is? So, I'm going to touch base on a few ways of marketing that I feel, based on what I've seen, based on the small or little experience that I have been through, that can work for people. And the baseline number one is, what exactly do you sell? What do you sell? You sell water. Let's take clothes. Let's talk about clothes, because I love fashion, and it's always fascinating when you see a certain ad that doesn't even depict how the clothes look like. So let's take clothes for example. And in this case, suits. I love suits. I know I'm not in a suit right now, but I love suits and good leather shoes. So you'll find most companies here will just get a guy, put on a suit, take a few pictures, and then sponsor it. But there is no story behind it. You see, the reason why I want to wear a Brioli suit is the way it's marketed. There is a way it's marketed. The reason why I want to go to Tom Ford or Boss, they came to Kenya the other day, and the reason why I would want to wear that suit is the way they portray the person wearing it. Like I feel like a boss in that suit. I feel like a very, very important person wearing that suit. Now, all the other suits might give you a certain feel, but there's some qualities that you hit, there's some levels that you get to when you're wearing a certain particular suit that makes you feel even better. For ladies, you'll find there's some of them don't like. Let me talk about the ones that love dresses. There's a day you put on a certain dress, and you feel like I'm the boss today. You know, even your walk changes. Everything about you that day is great. Imagine having that feeling every single day. The products you sell, you need to package it in a way that tells a certain story. I don't care if you're selling a house, especially if you're selling things that are beyond millions. You need to package it in a way that I want to be associated with it. You see, for cars, it's already been marketed by the company. So if you want a cruiser, get a Land Cruiser. Yeah, if you want a 4x4 that's capable of doing so much and you'll have it for generations, get a Land Cruiser. You know, if you want a 4x4 that can cruise for a long distance, get this certain car. If you want for houses, if you have a family of say 5 and you want a 3-bedroom, get this certain style. Nobody here wants to show people the design, the way. Like, I want to live in a certain estate that has been started by a developer because of the way it's marketed to me. You're not doing that. In the clothes section that I was talking about, you don't want to show the people. There's a company I love, I'm forgetting the name, but there's this lady called, I think she calls herself Royals on Instagram. There's a way she and the company portrays the way they sell the clothes. So they'll put on the clothes and then take a clip of them just catwalking and smiling, always smiling. That one hits me because I remember that because they always smiling. So when you look at the clothes, you want to, if you're a lady and you want to buy clothes, you want to see fast. Like, if I look like that, those clothes, I'll buy that. Yeah? Price here is, forget about price. If you're here to debate about price, you're thinking about the wrong thing. You're in the wrong business, you're selling the wrong product. If your concern when you're selling products is price, stop selling the product, go look for something else to sell, because it's never about the price. There is always a customer for somebody. Have you ever asked the question of what exactly is cheap? Cheap to you is expensive to somebody else. Yeah, I digress. So the company that you have, the first thing there is the product, how you market it. Number 2, once you've structured what you want to sell, the story behind what you want to sell, put it out there. Find somebody who can express it and express it the right way. Yeah? In Kenya, we have this thing we do with influencers, which works very well, but if you go to the companies themselves, after the influencer has left, they sell the product, yes, but the next one, they don't know what to do with it. So they still expect to pay another influencer to come in and do something, which is good because we make the money, we the influencers make the money. But as a company, you need to look for, once you get the story, you need to look for somebody. You call them a brand ambassadors or all that. You can get somebody internally or externally, but who understands the product for you. I've met, let me give you an example. I've met some sales managers who talk about their company like there's nothing else like it, you know. You meet this guy, you talk about your company to everybody you meet like there is no such other company elsewhere. So I go away with this feeling of, if you want to buy property in a certain area, these are the guys to talk to. Like, there is no debate about it. These are the guys to talk to. If you want to go to Nakuru and I want to buy a land there, this is a company to talk to. Why? Because there is a way they portray themselves about Nakuru. We know this place. We understand it. We know the history. We know what's going on. We know what will happen in future, whether governments changes or nothing, we know. This is how we've been treating our people, this is how we've been treating our clients, this is how we operate. How many of you do that? How many of you? Now, lastly, when it comes to marketing, there's something we call professionalism. And this one, if you don't understand what professionalism is, Google it. Because it's very, very important that you become a professional in doing what you do. Yeah? Here, since you're talking about marketing, you see your salespeople, when they're going out there to sell a certain product, anything, they are a direct reflection of the company. So if they come to me looking like, let's say you come to me looking like you've just been dropped from, I don't know, from a pit somewhere, I don't care what you're selling, even if it's 5 shillings or 10 shillings, I will not buy it from you, because I don't want to be associated with that. Yeah? I want to be associated when I meet the people who are marketing, whatever they're marketing to me. By the time they leave me there, even if I have not bought, I want that thing. I want to have that feeling like I want it. Yeah? Have a sense of style that people identify you with. I would rather you get to a point where you struggled enough to get to a point where you guys look a certain way. My salespeople look this way, my marketers look this way. If I go to the reception, the receptionist looks like this, the reception looks like this. So by the time I leave there, I even feel like, wow, man, I should be working with these guys, man. I should be under them. I've come to buy a product, but I should be like, wow, this is for me. Yeah? Okay? So professionalism is very, very important. And if you don't understand what I mean by professionalism, look at it just this way. Yeah? When you're going to buy, say, let's pick up supermarket. Like I love Quickmart, Naivas, the way they look, the way Nakumatt used to look. I love such because when you go in, there's some colors. There's the way they have like these colors. There's the way they always organize things. And then when you come to the cashier side, there's a way they treat you. Always, there's a way, always, especially Quickmart sometimes, Naivas, there's a way they treat you. By the time you leave, you feel good. You want to come back there again. You go to a restaurant. There's some restaurants where somebody comes to serve you, they're always smiling at you. Always ask you how you are. They don't dwell much into questioning you things, but they're always asking you how you are. When you're having your food, somebody comes by and asks you, how do you feel? Do you love the food? Do you like the place? Do you like the music that's playing in the background? Hell yeah! Next time I'll come back here. You're taking care of me. You have good food. You're asking me a few good things about the place, how I feel about it. It's those nitty-gritty things that make people look professional. Yeah? And I don't know how you're going to change the way you're doing your marketing, but those 3 aspects, some of them will take time, but once you develop the story of what you're going to market, how you're going to market, this is the story, then you develop the team. Your team, this is how we operate. This is how we act. This is what you see when you see us. And then you create some level of professionalism in you, your team, in the way your product is portrayed. That's it. Imagine, that's it. And be willing to change. Because after all that, I have seen so many companies that have come and died because Corona has come in. So we don't know how to change. We've been doing these things like this. We've been doing. I've seen so many other companies where they've been marketing it. They've been marketing a certain way and they've been doing well, but they got to a point where they stagnated and they got to this level. Now they don't know how to get from here to here. So they hire somebody This guy comes with crazy ideas that you don't understand. What you should be doing is sitting down with the person and trying to understand, what is this person seeing that I'm not? Is it this, whatever he's talking about, he or she's talking about, is it going to get me to that other level that I want to go? If it's yes, marketing is all about trial and error. You have to go out and do it. Okay? Take good care of yourselves today. Whichever day you'll be watching this, and have fun with your life, man. You only live once, okay? Cheers.